Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today and welcome to the Patreon monthly series. If you don't know what this is, it's exactly what the title suggests. We sit down once a month and we talk about how the Patreon's doing and more so channel specific stuff. Today we're going to be focusing once again on sponsorships because the last month's comments really spoke to me in an interesting way, as well as views and how the launch of the Friendly Competition series has gone. So I want to start off with the launch of the Friendly Competition and tie that into the views category. My friends and I are really happy with the reception of Friendly Competition. I mean, it is the most positively received video series I've ever done in the history of my channel. There has not been a single negative comment on any of these videos, which I've never seen before. It's absolutely heartwarming to see that our friendship is translating to you guys and you just like watching us bro out and play video games and compete really hard with them. A lot of people really feel this is matching what the Patreon promise was, which was creating refreshing and unique content, which makes us so happy, man. So that's awesome that you guys are really enjoying it. If you don't realize by now, it is a bi-weekly series. It takes a lot to produce. We wait for costumes and all these different challenges to come in, and then we have to record the thing, and it takes a while to edit. The first episode actually took me, I'd say, 16 hours to edit. I spent a lot of time on that first episode. The second one, because I had a lot of the framework established, was a lot shorter of an editing process, but this is something we're really putting our hearts into, and I'm really happy to see that it's paying off. This is why I'm tying into views though. How much do views matter when it comes to a series like this? We obviously want every series to get that attention we feel it deserves. We think that Friendly Competition is something unique, but if we're brutally honest, compared to the rest of the content I upload on my channel, Friendly Competition does get the least amount of views, but that's why we launch Patreons, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this helps me financially with my income, but the main focus of the Patreon is to let us create content that normally we couldn't, because YouTubers do rely on views for income. That's no secret whatsoever, and that's why I love this Patreon and the bond I'm forming with so many of you guys out there, because we're able to chase these things that we thought were pipe dreams because of your support. Now we can buy these ridiculous objects, props, and so on for a series that, like I said, was something we never thought possible. The origin of this series was actually one time Connor and I were driving home from the gym and we were talking about doing a Let's Play series, and then I said, how about we do this in a competition? And we spent months evolving this idea. And I said, well, not just competing, who cares if we just compete? Let's put like a challenge at the end. And we started brainstorming, and we have a full 10 episode season planned. And so far, so good. While we're talking about views in general, you may notice that that low view count doesn't really bother me, and it never really has whenever a video underperforms or something, and that's because YouTube is very much a roller coaster. You'll have a month or two where things are just downhill, you're thinking, my career is over, man, and then all of a sudden it skyrockets back up and you're like, damn, why was I worried? Things are great now. But also, I am a believer that if I just focus on making good content, that I don't think about this will get me views. I just think, okay, this is something I'm passionate about. This is something I think is cool. This is something I want to share. This is something I have an opinion on, whatever. That's exactly what I'm going to make the video about, and just do my thing, because this is my career now, ladies and gentlemen. I have to enjoy what I do, and I always have. But making that change, focusing more on reviews, focusing on other titles outside of Bethesda, has been such a breath of fresh air. And one of the big things holding me back at the time when I only did Fallout content was the loss of viewership, the loss of subscribers and stuff. But I said to myself, I gotta make the jump at some point in time. When will that be? And I just said one day, fuck it. And it's really been rewarding to see the positive reception, which is something that I have not taken for granted so far this year. Videos I do are way better received because people can see that since I've gone full time, I've been putting absolutely a ton of effort into my content because I have so much more time to really give it that level of focus it deserves. I wanted to thank you guys once again for sticking by my side. I love each and every single one of you. And the last topic I wanted to focus on for this video is sponsorships. We talked about it extensively in last month's video, and I wanted to focus on it again because I was going through your comments and I was really taken back in a good way with how supportive you guys were, saying, hey, we want you to be successful, man. Why don't you look into some of these sponsorship offers, especially if other Patreons do accept sponsorship offers. And for me, while it was absolutely amazing to read that, here's exactly why I still don't want to ever do sponsorships on the channel after launching the Patreon. Look at it this way: as a game that does microtransactions that could be potentially pay to win, but it's really hard to tell, such as For Honor or Halo Wars 2, where it's sort of there's sort of an edge, but you can't tell, and you're left wondering what if. And I feel like that's what sponsorships would do to my channel. I do a lot of reviews here, and I want people just to accept the fact that if we disagree, it's my opinion, and not put that seed of doubt that, well, well, he's taken sponsorships before. You know what? There might be a chance he got paid to say this, and just leave it at that. On top of that, like I said in last month's episode, I feel it's just mucky waters, and I don't want to tread out there. So honestly, it's better just to stay clean, not make anyone wonder what if, and just stick with the patrons, the ones who truly do support me in everything I do. Anyway, that'll wrap up all I had to say in this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Patreon. We've seen a couple of new patrons come in. We've also seen some people increase their donations. A couple of people have, of course, left. And as always, once again, if you want to support the Patreon, there will be a link in the description down below, just like there is in every single video. So I do hope you consider contributing and found this informative. If you guys have any questions, fire away in the comments down below. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.